This is Kusi Achampong, your cheerleader to achieving all your dreams in life. Most of us have our own requirements for who should be our best spouse or our best partner. We have our own desires, but how about making yourself the right partner for someone else? Some people say they want somebody who is spiritual, but are you that spiritual to meet that other person who is also spiritual? So I'm talking about making yourself taking the conscious effort, making that conscious effort to be that marriageable material that somebody is desiring for. So we have people who say that I want somebody who is loving, who is caring, who will take care of me, who will love me as I am, who will love my family. But are you also preparing yourself to love that other person's family or love that other person as you want to be loved? So it's important that sometimes as we wish that we meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, we also make ourselves Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. And that's what I'm talking about. Making yourself that Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. How do you make yourself Mr. Right or Mrs. Right? You have to take time and then acquire knowledge about the relationship that you're about to enter. Knowledge is very important. How much do you know about ladies? How much do you know about gentlemen? Do you know the likes of ladies? Do you know the likes of gentlemen? It's very important. If you don't have knowledge, you go into a relationship and then the relationship begins to suffer because of lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So you must make yourself that marriageable material by preparing yourself, acquiring knowledge, reading good books, good relationship books, good marriage books, attending seminars, listening to podcasts, listening to messages from good counselors. These are things that you do to make yourself, prop yourself up, to make yourself a partner that is desirable, a partner that somebody can pray for. So as you desire in that other person, so I expect that you make yourself that right person so that somebody can also desire you because they see you and they like you and they want to be with you because they know that you have knowledge and you are preparing yourself to partner with that other person to go into that long-term relationship we call marriage. So that is the first thing. You must acquire knowledge about the other person, acquire knowledge about the relationship you're about to enter, the marriage, acquire knowledge about the men and women, their likes and dislikes, their interests. You find out the psychological aspect of human, their emotional life of human. You understand what men thinks, what makes them happy. When you understand all these things, it prepares you, makes you prepared to go into that long-term relationship. And that makes you also desirable. Require somebody can pray that I want this kind of person because they see you and they know that you have knowledge about the relationship. You have prepared yourself. You are not going to it by chance and then come out by chance, but you are preparing yourself to get into it and go for the long haul because you have already propped yourself up and is preparing yourself to be the right person for that other person you wish to. The second point I want to look at is communication. Communication. You have to learn how to communicate. If you are preparing yourself for any long-term relationship called marriage, you must learn how to talk. It's very important. You cannot live with somebody in the same house without communicating, talking to the person, sharing your mind with that person. Nobody will ever know your intentions if you don't communicate. You can have very good ideas, but if you don't share with your partner, he or she will never know. And so it's important as you plan to be in any relationship, you learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate. This is an area I'm still learning. So you never stop learning in this area. But it's important you keep on learning how to communicate to your spouse, how to communicate with your partner, because that is the key. You can't have friends and you don't communicate. It builds the relationship, it solidifies, makes the relationship strong. And so it's important, as you want that Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, you prepare yourself to be that right person by learning how to communicate very well. So I've talked about two things today. Talk about acquiring knowledge, which is important for the relationship you're about to enter, or if you're already there, you're already married. It's important you continuously make an effort to acquire knowledge. Knowledge will make your relationship excel. Knowledge will make your relationship better. Knowledge will keep that relationship going from strength to strength. And the second point that I have also talked about is to learn how to communicate. You never stop communicating. You never stop learning how to communicate. So sharing your intentions, sharing your ideas, telling the other person your feelings, what you feel about the person, what do you feel about what happened, what do you feel about a certain situation is very important. You must communicate. If you don't do, the other person will never know what you meant or what your feelings are or were. And so we are learning these two things, that for you to be Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, you must acquire knowledge. And then you must also learn how to communicate. You can learn how to do it. You can acquire knowledge. There are various sources that you can use to acquire the knowledge. You can read books, you can attend seminars, and you can listen to seasoned counselors. And again, I've said that you must learn how to communicate. You can get these communication skills through books and then practicing, and sharing what is in your heart with the person you want to spend your life with. So this is what we have talked about today. Again, if you have any issues, you can just send your message, send your comment, and then we'll respond. You can hit the bell to subscribe to this channel to receive notification whenever you upload a new video. I'm Kusi Achampong, your cheerleader to achieving all your dreams in life.